Right. That's what it still is. Shalom, Akim. Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakwadash. The honors to the apostles and elders everywhere. Peace and many salutations to Akim. It's told him it is true. We are the Hebrew Israelites, we're not the black Hebrew Israelites. We don't preach a color doctrine. Salvation not dictated off of phenotype, but it's dictated off of nationality. Now, the true nationality of the Israelites are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Here, that's the hemisphere. Okay? I'm from Carolina, Bronx. Okay? We're here to wake up the elect of our people and tell them that the Most High is sending his son back in our side, right, to redeem the elect and to destroy the rest. To behoove you to pay attention, right, and to repent, turn back to the Heavenly Father by his son Yahweh before all hell breaks loose. Because all the things you see going on before you culminates to the Lord coming back, right? Death, destruction, famine, all these things must happen, which is the great day of the Lord, okay? And if you have ears to hear, you should pay attention because things are getting very spicy in the planet Earth. But we know these things have to happen in order for the Lord to come back. Hey, real quick, Matthew the 24th chapter. Because the Lord, who the word English called Jesus' name is Yahweh, states what's about to happen, what's going to happen in the world before he returns. And we're seeing it play out right before our eyes. Okay? Believe that.
This is Matthew 24, verse 3. It says, "And as he sat upon the Mount Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming in the end of the world? And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and shall deceive many."
Right. For years we were force fed, Chesed Bonjour, the image of Jesus, right? Whitewashing, which according to Revelation, the first chapter, right? That Yahweh Shai, the word English God Jesus, is a so-called Negro, and he's only came for a certain group of people, the Israelites. Okay, but with this that false image of Chesed Bonjour, Esau, Edom, the so-called white race, white people were able to propagate themselves as the chosen people and commit atrocities on the planet Earth throughout the world. That is what you consider a false Messiah. Okay?
Yep. Verse 5. Well, yeah, I was just going to add on to the point where it says, many shall come in my name, many shall come saying, I am the Messiah. All right, that's going into, like the elders going into, false messiahs rising up. And you have that also, too, in the with the technocracy that's being established, man. Through this whole AI digital infrastructure is being set up. These technocrats that have been that wasn't even elected, they were just placed. You have Donald J. Trump that's pretty much doing the bidding of his controllers, man. See, because Messiah, literally anointed one, just literally means somebody you look to for safety, a savior. And what are these devils doing, man? They're setting themselves up as being the saviors for everybody pretty much to funnel into, but they're the ones that are causing the problem.
Right.
They're the ones that are causing all the deception on the planet Earth, man. See?
What's that scripture? Oh my goodness. There's many antichrists.
It's the First John 2.
This is First John 2.
First John 2, I think, 18.
Right? Hey, because what's his man name? Pete and Phil?
Oh yeah, Peter Thiel. Yep.
You know, you had him. I forget his the co-founder of Palantir. He basically came out with a seminar going into how basically the Antichrist how it's coming on the planet Earth. So they're literally telling you that the Antichrist is here and it's going to be by that technocracy. But they're painting it as if AI is going to be the savior of the world, and really is going to encapsulate the people.
See,
You know,
that's pseudo signs and miracles. Like it says in Revelation, the 13th chapter, that it says that they wandered after the image of the beast. Even people are wondering after this stuff, man. It's AI, this digital Godhead that they setting up. Like people are infatuated with, like on a. But it's about to get on a whole other level. Though. It's about to turn. Hey, this AI shit's about to increase on a whole other level.
Yep.
You know,
they constantly throwing up these data centers down here in Texas. These data centers are so stored up, like like the name suggests, data. But that data is going to be used for many usages. It's going to be used for to control basically the automation of certain things like transportation, which is going to alleviate a whole bunch of jobs. It's going to be used for call centers, right? It's going to be used for certain jobs, right? They're even issuing out humanoids. You know what I'm saying? In certain sectors of the economy.
so broad cars.
Yep. So people are going to be obsolete in the near future, and all this is based off of the Antichrist speaking. The Bible speaking more than ever.
Right.
You got it, brother. Go ahead.
1 John 2:18 says, "Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists."
That's right. So there's many Antichrists. Don't say that's going that's coming, right? And then that was around at the time of John, right? That's going against the teachings, the ways of Yahweh by Yahweh.
Right.
And you'll see this now with this technology. The people are going to be totally encapsulated by technology. You're able to move,
Right.
okay? He's going to basically he's puffing himself up as if he's God.
Right.
Okay? And people are going to have to make a choice in the future of what God do they serve. Don't be enough.
John 1 John 2:18 says, "Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard, the Antichrist shall come. Even now are there many Antichrists, whereby ye know that it is the last time."
That's right. That's right. We know it's the last time because basically the system that's it's the Heavenly Father is being erected right before our eyes.
Right.
See? Okay? You have to have the eyesight to see what's going on. All right?
This is the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 13. The notable of myself. All right. Matthew chapter 13, verse 16 says, "But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them." Okay, and that's going into the fact how the Lord is giving us the eyesight to be able to see in these last days. Because you got a lot of our people, when you read up in that chapter, that are blind. Right. See, when you read that prophecy in the book of Isaiah, the 6th chapter, all right, there's literally a spirit, there's an angel that the Lord sent forth to blind the eyes of the mass majority of Israel, man. Even those that call themselves Israelites.
Right.
See, that think that they know the truth, that think that Yahweh Bashmal Shah dealing with, man. Most people are blind, man. See? And when we just read 1 John 2:18, going to the pretty much how there's many anti-messiahs that'll rise up. That was a time during very great apostasy that was taking place, man. And what is the fancy way of saying apostasy? Or in layman's terms, apostasy pretty much means falling away from your religion.
Right.
That's what apostasy means, man. See, and you see the same spirit happening amongst Israel today, man. Because 2/3 of our people are already lost. They're already gone. See? But hey, call Hello Yahweh outside that we actually are living in a time where we're actually through the spirit going to witness the downfall of this beast system, man.
Right.
We just pray to Yahweh outside that we got the spirit to be able to endure what's getting ready to come upon the earth.
Right.
You know? That was
If you said, brother. Hey, because it's gonna get bad out here. And again, Yahweh Shah told us that it was gonna get bad out here. Right? So understanding that gives you comfort in the spirit. Now in the flesh, hey man, we going to do things, man. Brothers are going through certain things, right? You know, but we understand that spiritually, these things they have to happen,
Right.
right?
back in Matthew 24. All right, I'll read verse 5 again. It says, "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet."
That's right. See here, wars and rumors of wars. Hey, look what's going on in the situation in South America. You know, you have the U.S. has just took over a U.S. taker. I mean, Venezuela takers. I'm sorry, I slipping some. A Venezuela taker, right? And said, "Hey, we're just going to we're just going to use the gas, the oil, right? Committing war crimes, right? Bombing boaters, you know what I'm saying? Fishermen indiscriminately. They're lying and saying that they're drug cartel.
Yeah, the war on narcotics.
Right. When the biggest pusher of narcotics are these pharmaceutical companies, man.
Right.
Right.
Right. Hey, who flooded the U.S. with opium
Right.
in the early 2000s, late 90s? Percocet. That was made in a factory,
Right.
right? And they actually had a little mini like a docu series on it, right? What was that was had certain these salesmen, pharmaceutical salesmen speech to the doctor like, hey, give these people this pill. They got the whole United States hooked on opium.
I may add on to what the other saying, also too, going back to what he's saying in the 2000s with Afghanistan. They'll say, oh, it was a war text. You know, we had he's the one that bombed he's the one that bombed the double towers. You know, so we got to go into Afghanistan. We got to stop this war on terror. When they was in Afghanistan, you know, also getting opium out of there too.
Yeah.
The whole war in Vietnam, the poppy fields. You know, they'll go into these different nations and pretty much reap their resources and set up a false flag, put all these tools out there, take the leader out, set up a public government for them to do the bidding of America all across the world, man. See, that's what these devils do, man. That's what the so-called white man does. That's why they got to be taken out. You know? So here it is, Donald J. Trump. I'm sorry. Here it is, Donald J. Trump literally just sees the Venezuelan take and say, yeah, we just gonna take the oil and we just gonna use it. Your precious president is literally stealing. We agree, see? There's gonna be repercussions for that though.
Right.
You know?
You know what? It was oxycodone that was losing.
So oxycodone.
Not Percocet. Oxycodone that was made here in the U.S.
Like I say, you mentioned like Afghanistan, America's in Afghanistan for like 20+ years. Like Afghanistan is one of the largest, or one of the most dominant armies in the world. You in there 20 years fighting a war, but ultimately, like you said, it was like for opioid. When you look at when you pull up like Afghanistan opioid products, Afghanistan has historically been the world's dominant source of illicit opium, supplying over 90% of the global heroin and opiates for years. So let's let you know now. Think about it. They over there fighting this battle for years, and they're not fighting a superpower. That's why they was over there. You know, America always say they're gonna give the narrative to their to the people of America, because they bird brains here in America. This is why we got to go. You know, just like they went over Iraq. They got weapons of mass destruction. Went over there, they didn't have it. Over there in Afghanistan, you know, they really are attacking America. You know, we got to say that basically we're helping the world out. They go over there for 20 years. Now all of a sudden they just get up and leave all of a sudden.
Right.
Leave all their weapons, everything there.
You be like, oops.
Yeah.
Right. and then all of a sudden, ISIS pops up.
Right.
And them niggas just running amok.
Right. In which they were trained by the U.S. troops.
That's what they got them Tacomas from. Those trucks. All of them had the white truck. That was brought to you by America. That's why they had all them weapons. They put those guns in the back of them and bolted down.
Yep. And when you look at ISIS, you know, I remember I seen this a while back. It's also an acronym for Israeli secret intelligence player. You know, but that's what America does, man. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says that he enlarged his desire as hell and as death. He cannot be satisfied. Right. So this Venezuela situation gonna lead to more provocations. Whereas America's literally putting their hands in everybody's pocket. To the point whereas they going, hey, you already see the nations getting back. Right.
So, hey, just for clarification, the movie that I was alluding to is Painkiller. It's on Netflix. And basically going to how the Purdue horrible company had basically, mass produced oxycodone and really got the U.S. hooked up opium. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check it out. It got my man Matthew Broderick in it. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that. I haven't seen it.
Matthew Broderick. I forget which movie he was. The famous movie. Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
The lead guy. Yeah. He was in that movie.
Yeah,
Man.
right.
But basically, it shows you how, Esau Edom capitalizes off of, basically giving the masses drugs, right? Which Esau, that word, social goes back to formal. Got it. Which was, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, I'll just verify. Revelation 18:23. And the light of the candle shall shine no more in thee at all. No more at all at thee, excuse me. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all of thee. For thy merchants were great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. You get that word sorceries here. All right, that word in the Greek is pharmakia. All right, pharmakia is where you get the word pharmacy from. And it says the use or the administering of drugs.
Like, you started administering drugs. So Esau Edom has placed all these spells on the people by the pharmaceutical companies. These pharmaceutical companies. He literally has created an opium epidemic here in the U.S. with the production of oxycodone. Shit, really on the cool. The synthetic weed.
Yep.
We got levels of fentanyl in it. K2. Dang on Captain. I don't know if say it. Am I saying it wrong? KRATOM.
Oh, Fredo.
Cradle. Right, when people use that, basically you get high off of it. When you take a high enough amount, you get opium, sensation. People use that to get off of opium. Cedric,
Pain, quote unquote painkillers.
Yep.
You get a small headache now. I said, we kind of, we've been kind of getting, I ain't gonna say hooked to it, but it's like now you got to get a small headache. Ibuprofen, essentially. You know what I'm saying? That's just the blood thing, man.
Yep. Got the whole world hooked on this shit, man. Processed food. And then make a whole campaign to make you feel better about being fat by saying body shape. Bring out the whole body shaming thing. Right. So this guy is a master wizard, man.
Right.
That word for you? Yeah. Etymology. All right, this is entomologyonline.com for the word pharmacy or former kill. It says, a pair of drugs, a poisoner. It says a drug, a poison, a charm, a spell, an enchantment.
That's right. And enchantment, that's what these all these people, man. Right? Pay these rappers to rap about drug usage, right? Future, Marcus and all that. And this guy doesn't even take drugs. When you research on him, he doesn't even take drugs. But he's listed as to the young audience.
Right.
Put a spell on him. Right? So we're dealing with high level witchcraft, man. We're wrestling out against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against rulers in high places, man.
This is really a spiritual warfare, man.
Yep.
That's why it's rooted to stay. It's important to stay rooted in Yahweh Shai, man, because there's all kinds of enchantments and all kinds of just evil spirits out here to encapsulate you and take you away, man. It's really Satan. You know, like Yahweh Shai says, Satan desired to sift his wheat. So there's all kinds of things that are out here to sift us. See? Now, if you got the elect, then you're not going to be sifted. You know, because Yahweh Shai also said that, but I have prayed for you. See, but you have a lot of people that's being overtaken by pretty much the vices, man.
Right.
You know, whether it be women, or debauchery, drugs, alcohol, you know, the pride of life, you know. That's
This is Job 24 and 15. I'm gonna start at verse 13. It says, "They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the path thereof. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy. And in the night,
It said the light killeth it in the light.
Yeah.
In the light killeth the poor and needy.
The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and the needy, and in the night is as a thief."
Yep. And with the light, he killed the poor and needy. With his understanding, he kills the poor and needy, man. Right?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it.
That's right. Hey, so Esau Edom has basically has devices or plans to really encapsulate the people, and he's doing it basically with mind control. Pharmakia, you know what I'm saying? Programming when it comes to the television. You know what I'm saying? AI. You know, to infuse certain, stereotypes in your mind, right? Hey, when AI first came out, it was all about uplifting so-called black people. You know, they kind of got that out the way. Now, what they do with AI, they're demonizing us.
Right.
You know, demonizing us. So they let us get under the shine. Esau started complaining. Then they started really turning up. It's basically the stereotype.
But just to back up that point, Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16, because it says that he rises up with the light. He's already on wickedness, right? Proverbs 4:16, it says, "For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall."
That's right. So Esau always got his hands wickedness, bro. Look at this prejudice. It exemplifies that.
Yep.
Esau Edom, you know what I'm saying, has caused all these wars, things that they should. And really, people don't really talk about like these certain sanctions that he put on Cuba and Venezuela. So Cuba and Venezuela had a pact with one another. Cuba was sending doctors to Venezuela. Venezuela was sending them oil. But with the sanctions that we put on these two countries, they're not able. Cuba's not able to get oil, and Venezuela's not able to get certified doctors. So Cuba basically, you know what I'm saying, is living like a third world country. because all the sanctions that the U.S. puts on. Right. And then what's so fucked up is Esau Edom will paint these countries, majority J countries, as third world backwards, barbaric. Right. When he had his hand in toppling the government, case in point Haiti. Right, look what happened years ago. A coup was set up in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Around 2019, right? To take out the president. And who's been ruling ever since? Gangs and things of that nature. And then people say, well, this is the real Wakanda now. Esau Edom, when you see them talking about him online, that's the real Wakanda. But really, he had his hand in toppling the government, man.
Yep. For years. Bro, Haiti's been through for years, bro.
And Esau had his hand in that. I mean, after the war, after the French Revolution, you got to think Haiti actually won the war. But they had to pay reparations to French. It's unprecedented. How you won the war, but you had to pay reparations to the country that you won your independence from. And then you had these various European countries that didn't recognize Haiti as a state, right. So they couldn't trade on a national level. So here comes America and gives Haiti these loans that they didn't pay out until well into the 90s. On top of the fact that you had wicked leaders like Papa Doc Jr., right? But Esau Edom had his hand in that, bro. Esau Edom had his hand in that, man. Right. To destroy that country. Right? With his propaganda, he's able to do what? He's able to blame it on the tribes, man. Right. All right. So this guy has his hand in all types of wickedness that we don't even know about in South America and Africa. Right? He's totally toppling governments, man. And then distorting the truth to perpetuate a certain stereotype about Jake. And it's in Jake's subconscious. So this man has devised wicked devices behind his bed, bro. That's just one aspect. Go ahead.
Isaiah 14, all right, verse 4 through 6. Start verse 3. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, that Yahweh shall give rest from thy sorrow.
Shalom, my God. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Here's the point, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, right, and none hindered.
Continuous stroke, man. Esau Edom is doing like wickedness after wickedness, and it seems unsurmountable, bro. It's like this guy can't be overcome. He can do whatever the hell he wants. Even now, like the pride of Esau Edom is just oozing out of him, man. Yeah. Especially with this Trump guy, man. Going over there and stealing the takers of Venezuela, right? Basically, committing piracy. I got we're gonna get to, you know what I'm saying? And then tell the people to get over it. Right. Well, y'all terrorists too. Right? You got totally toppled the Venezuelan government. And that's always been, and Venezuela's always been fucking, well, can't say always, let me phrase that. Venezuela and the American relationship has always been rocky, even in the time when Hugo Chavez, which he mysteriously died. And then America funds a coup over there in Venezuela, right? Displacing hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans. Really, actually, allowed a lot of them to come over here because they top that government, right? But then demonize them when they get over here and say, "Oh, they're gang members," right? just to paint a certain narrative about the people of Venezuela to condone you going over there and commit war crimes, man. Bombing fishermen. You picture you in the sea, you just get bombed. Right? You look over your friend just glistening in pain, burned up and shit. What are you gonna do with that?
6 to 8 people on the boat.
68 people on the boat, you just burn them. You just bomb them. Die a horrible death, bro. Try to jump out and swim, limbs fucked up. All for them to play the narrative. Then you get on, you watch the news and see, okay, what's going on? Why did they do that? You got your guy Peter Hegseth, Pete Hegseth, talk about FAFO.
Hey, all right, bro. That's America about to fuck around and find out very soon. All that shit talking and all that game playing that y'all doing, thinking that y'all can't be brought down. But it's the Lord putting that pride on you, I think. Right. The Lord putting that pride on you to say these particular things and think that you can't be, that you untouchable. You untouchable. 2026 is going to be the semi-placental, which is the 250th year of America's conception. Seeing when you got Donald J. Trump already here, we're going to have a week-long planned events going on, and you're going to have UFC. It's going to be at the White House. All right, man.
Yep. People think things gonna be going on like day to day. You know what I'm saying? Esau don't think that this place this place could be touched.
Right.
The other nations, man, they're starting to rise up against this place, man. Hey, Revelation 17 chapter starting to happen too. And you got some precepts, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody, go ahead.
This is Psalms 10.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, when you want to start it, I would probably start at verse 4.
Yeah, that's perfect. Right?
This is Psalms 10 and verse 4. Now I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, the wicked are too proud to seek Yahweh Shem Shai. They seem to think that Yahweh Shem Shai is dead.
Right.
Yet they succeed in everything they do.
Hey, didn't Noah Yuval already say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the body's dead. It just takes a while to hide his body.
Verse 5. In the NLT, it says, yet they succeed in everything they do. They do not see your punishment awaiting them. They snare at all their enemies.
Right. Snare at them. Like, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Like very pompous, very arrogant. That dude, Pete, what's that dude? Pete Hegseth? That's a prideful motherfucker right there.
Oh,
how he speaks, how he talks, he's gonna bust his fucking face. Very arrogant, bro. Here you are talking about bomber. People talking about, hey, whoever would have come against us, FAFO.
Ask somebody with 10 names.
Bro, this is serious times you're living in.
Right.
You really think you should be able to puff at your enemies like that, and at your potential, at your friends? Those that piece of it, he puffing at them.
Yep.
That's him.
Right. Look more stout than Philip.
Yep.
Psalm 10 and 6, it says in the NLT, they think nothing bad will happen to us. We will be free from trouble forever.
Right. Make America great again. Maggie. All we gotta do is just get get these immigrants out of here and get these Negroes back where they need to be. We'll be fine.
Right.
No, man, it's not gonna work that way, bro.
Yeah, but they're the ones that let these so-called immigrants up in here.
Right.
Whenever Biden was in office, I mean, they've been coming through, but it's like when that whole shit happened back when Biden was here, was in office, and the so-called borders was open. That was ultimately for prophecy to come to pass for the fairness for the Nerva, man.
Right.
Now he saw what he's trying to do. He's trying to create a narrative, and he's going to do a false narrative. All right, and they're going to blame it on a so-called immigrant. It's to pass more draconian laws, man.
Right.
You clearly see that's what they're getting ready to do. All these random shoots. You know what I'm saying? But you clearly see what's getting ready to happen. Sorry, what was your part? That last part again, bro?
This is back in Psalms 10, verse 6. It says they think nothing bad will happen to us, ever happen to us. We will be free of trouble forever.
Isaiah 47:7. Thou said, I shall be a hating forever. So thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. There. Verse 8. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasure, that dwelleth carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
That's right. Hey, so Esau, he, what I'm saying, and this nation is basically in a mindset of a modern woman, if you will. Right. That's exactly how the Bible is painting this place. A woman that's young in her youth, and she got all these guys flocking after her. You know what I'm saying? She's playing all these dudes. She's like, what up, do this forever. Yeah,
Mary Babylon,
luxuries. You know what I'm saying?
got their body.
Got that body on it, looking good.
Right.
But that she in fact, none of these women factor in that infamous wall. They think, about 28, 30, I settle down. And look the hell up. And they 50, 42, you know what I'm saying, out of there.
Yeah.
But that's going to happen to America.
Right. Yep.
It ain't going to happen like it used to. And really, it's already shown.
Right.
America hit that wall. America, you know what I'm saying? It ain't got the same blood strength it used to.
But like I say, when you see America, you see like you mentioned like a woman. You have a woman that got older, but yet still be like, man, she look like she still got it, but what? She covering those different blemishes with makeup, the titties sagging, but she got that push-up bra. She got that waist trainer on. That's America.
Right.
When you take all that off, you can see all that droop in it. And you're like, damn, that ain't what I thought it was.
Yeah. That's why it says in that chapter, it says make her bare. Right. And everybody gonna be able to look at it like, ooh, ew. Hey, you ever seen a female that you like, okay, she just thick with it. Right. She fine though, she thick with it. Look down, you be like, ooh, look at her legs.
Yeah.
Look at belly. You really just sit back and look at it like, she ain't who I thought she was, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Got that outside thing.
You got that eye tell. You ain't drunk off that wine no more.
You know, get drunk in the club.
Yeah, you be like, man,
they see anything. They're like, man,
it's hard.
that's how these people be, man. You know, they all drunk out here wilding out. And here it is, just talking ain't damn about it, man. You know, here it is, person through.
Yep.
That's not what you see.
Right.
You intoxicated.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know.
Whisper in your ear. What's up, baby?
Right. Yeah. Light come on.
And that light come on, you had a couple, your partner come and give you a couple drinks of water.
Yeah.
That light, like the person, that light come on. You know what I'm saying? Her makeup, she'll sweat her makeup out. You look at that body wouldn't hit like it was when that night was off.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know it's that girdle. He's like, ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, like, yep. She got a little stick to it, like, yeah. Yep, it's time to go home.
Right. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. We'll start at verse 23, and the point is going to be in verse 25. It says, how was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou...
Desolation means without resources. Now more than ever, you find that America, Babylon, really doesn't produce much. Really, Babylon on a global level is becoming obsolete. Trump tried to, boast about these territories that they show China, but it didn't work. So the little soybeans that he was trying to, use against China, it's Argentina, man. Right? Leaving his people out to China. So there's definitely a deficit, a trade deficit that China that Trump is trying to fix, but he's 20, 30 years too late. I was gonna say 40 years too late. You don't outsource everything, right? Off of the American dollar, to where you were able to dictate certain contracts because you were buying everything, but that's waning now. You know, people are circumventing the power of the American dollar. You know what I'm saying? You're not needed anymore. So the hammer of the earth is cut us. You're not needed anymore, man. And ultimately, that's going to how Esau is going to be brought down. Okay?
That word broken there in the Hebrew is pronounced shabar. All right, and the definition here says to be broken. Yeah, it says to break in pieces, crush, to be broken, be maimed, be crippled,
Right.
be wrecked, to be crushed, to be broken, to be shattered. Right?
Like that.
No, that was a definition. I'm saying for you.
Yeah, be broken, be made, be totally unrestored. Now we're utilizing this scripture to speak about the economy, but really this is going into the destruction of this place.
Yep.
This place is about to be totally destroyed. All right?
It says Babylon. I'm gonna read it. It says Babylon, the mightiest hammer in all the earth, lies broken and shattered. Babylon is desolate among the nations.
Right. Desolate. Without resources. Look at the word desolate. You know, just look at the word desolate. I got you. Basically means without resources. So now I'm not quite sure to say
It says that word in the Hebrew is shema. It says waste, horror, appalling, a waste of land, waste city, appallment, horror, weight, astonishment, desolation, consternation. Let's see what this definition of consternation says. It says feelings of anxiety or dismay, typically at something unexpected.
right. So unexpectedly this place is going to be destroyed. This place is going to be laid waste. Hey, you got these farmers out here, they're lamenting. Because, basically it's getting too expensive to farm. You know? You got Esau saying, well, these are generations and generations of this land that I had my parents, your parents had, like to shut down. But all of a sudden, you know, they're in dismay. Well, you can blame that on your President Trump. Okay? He got you in the straits.
Even that nigga Trump ruined everybody's lives. He ruined everybody's pockets. These trade deficits, like the elder mentioned earlier, with China, really everything's backfiring on America. Everything that America's doing is backfiring.
Yep.
So that's gonna lead. That's just gonna lead Esau just to go out just swinging at this point, man.
Yep.
And with them going out swinging, he's gonna destroy himself.
Yep.
You know, he's messing up relationships with his closest allies. Talking about pulling out of NATO. You know, talking the EU. You know, he got the EU putting sanctions on America. Like, bro, it's going down, bro. You know, that root word is shamon, said to be desolate, be appalled, stunned, stupefied.
Yeah, stupefied. It's basically in awe of what happened to you. And this is about to occur. Okay? This is about to occur. This is occurring right before your eyes. America is going down the drain. Okay? Right? That's why there's so much confusion. That's why there's so much hatred out here in the streets. Because America is about to fall.
All right. All right, one verse. It says, I have laid it, verse 24, Jeremiah 15:24, I have laid a snare for them, and thou art also taken.
Right, like a snare is a trap. Basically.
It says, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against Yahweh. See? So ultimately, these things are happening, and these things are going to happen to America. All right, because ultimately what's going to happen to America is that these various different nations, its own allies, Russia, China, India, Pakistan, all right, Turkey, Great Britain, France, all these various different nations, ultimately going to shoot their missiles on this place, man. That's what the Bible says is going to happen. See? So these various different nations that America that made deals with them, it says that what in the book of Obadiah, they have laid a wound underneath them.
confederacy.
Yeah, these nations that were confederate with you have laid a wound and a snare for you, man. And that ultimate snare is going to be the ICBM thermonuclear missiles and fire from the chariots, man.
Right.
And ultimately it says what? Because thou hast striven against the Lord. You have fought against Yahweh Bashanal Shai, man. You know, you touched the apple of the Lord's eye. You know, you try to touch his servants, the prophets. So what's the Lord going to do? Yahweh Bashanal Shai going to touch you?
Can you read that next verse out? Because we actually don't go into it in that next verse.
Verse 25, it says, Yahweh hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
Which is what? Thermonuclear destructions, man. That those missiles, man. You know, that's the weapons in the Lord's armory. No? Go ahead.
It says, for this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans.
That's right here in America, aka Babylon the Great, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the land of the Chaldeans, you know, which is ancient witches, man. You know, that's why you see on every other corner a pharmacy, man. You know what I'm saying? When you go into that word, it's pharmakia, which means poisons. You know what I'm saying? Potions. No? That's that witchcraft. As a matter of fact, the Walgreens, they show you the cauldrons, you know, with the little spawn, yeah, the little magic coming out the book. They show it to you, right? But the average person don't know what they're looking at.
Shit, when you look at them actually putting the medicine together, you know, they got your coat on and they mix that like a fucking, like they doing a fucking spell.
Right.
It's mixing the shit up, man. You know,
Potions.
spell potions. All right, they got them in the fucking goddamn
Little vials.
yeah, them serious.
Last verse. Verse 26. Come against her the utmost border. Open her storehouses. Cast her up as heaps and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left.
Nothing is going to be left. America is going to be totally destroyed, man. America is going to become a desert, according to the scriptures. Thus said the Lord, man. This is going to be a desert wasteland for desert creatures, man. No one is going to reside here anymore. You know, I said Isaiah 13.
Yeah,
Isaiah 13. So right, 34. Right. 34.
Yep.
32.
Isaiah 13 and 6. How ye for the day of Yahweh is at hand, he shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
That's coming, man. You know, all these Billy badasses out here. You know, hey, you finna like the scripture say. Trying to remember exactly how it's worded. Yeah, right. You gonna have your hands on your loins like a female, like a woman, man. In travail, you know. Go ahead.
Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. They shall be afraid. Tongues and sorrow shall take hold of them.
The pains and sorrows, man. It's gonna take hold of these people, man. You know, because they don't know the power of the Lord, man. But they're about to be reintroduced to it. A la Shadia, man. You know,
Sir.
terrible demon-like power. That's the force that's about to hit this earth, man. Go ahead.
Just for edification, that word tongues. I'm saying that right. So like pains. Pains is basically sharp pains, like very sharp. And they shall be afraid. Pains and sorrows shall take hold of thee. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger to lay the land desolate. He shall destroy these sinners thereof out of it.
And these people don't know that entity right there, man. It says he's coming cruel, man. These people been taught he's all love.
I'm just thinking.
You know, he's coming cruel, bro. You know, the Lord ain't a power to mess around with, bro. You know, he's to be feared, and that fear is coming into the earth. Where
For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened, in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
Because it's going to be smoke, soot, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere, man. There's going to be fires in the earth. The Lord said if it already be kindled, he spoke on that, man. It's going to be fires and crop in the earth already, man. You know? And all the soot and the smoke and everything is going to, you're not going to be able to see clearly into the sky to see those constellations, man. You know? Go ahead.
And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
And Esau is a very proud man, man. You know, his pride is on max, man. You know, but the Lord said he gonna bring that to naught, man. You know. So the pride of these devils, man. As a matter of fact, what's that scripture that says that speaks on that? Obadiah. Yeah, the pride of thine heart had deceived thee. Come on, brother. Yes, sir. But the pride of these devils, man, has deceived them to the point where they're going to try to fight the Lord, man. You know, that's a proud ass act, man. You know? Go ahead.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
That's the elect, man. Not just any man, a man of the Lord, man. These very men you looking at that you scoff at, man. Take them dresses off. Go get a job. These men work hard, bro. They got cars. They got homes. You know, families that they're taking care of. You know?
All the graces of Yahweh Bashem serve.
See?
You know, that keeps us sustained.
Well,
I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man that even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir.
And these people, especially these women, man, they're gonna soon understand these men right here, they're precious, man. You know what I'm saying? More precious than fine gold or the golden wedge of Ophir, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're right now they're not respected, but that respect is coming. You know, Isaiah 4:1. You know, there's scriptures that come to mind. Isaiah 4:1 is one of them.
Right.
You know, 7 women taking hold of one man, not any man. Again, a man of the Lord, man. These very men that you look at and scoff at right now that you don't take seriously. You will. That day is coming and it's very close.
Right.
On that.
I had a piece of it. Okay. Yeah, just back up. Isaiah 32, verse 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. See, in that great land is talking about what? Ultimately the destruction, man. It says that a man, all right, is going to be a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, man. Okay? So like the brothers going into, man, a lot of these women that are walking around proud out here, that's scoffing at the end of the day, you're going to be left to your own devices in that day, man. Okay? So it would behoove you if you're a woman listening, either A, pray for a man of the Lord to come into your life, or B, if you got a man that's doing this work, man, to humble down, man.
Right. Yep. And a lot of these women, you've been waking up that you're Israelites to get a foot up your ass.
Right.
A lot of these women are prideful as hell.
Man.
Even you know what I'm saying, in the nation of Israel, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about anybody in particular, you know what I'm saying? But if the shoe fit, get a matching purse. A lot of these women out there, you see it, you know what I'm saying? They try to preach and all that and try to be super authority over a man, tell them how to preach the word. A lot of these women, man, you want to get a foot up your ass, man. 2026 is going to be a hell of a year. Pride is going to be brought very, very, very low. Very low.
I like what the brother Tazabah said. He said, humble down, man. You know, a lot of these women ain't humble, man. You know, they on some high and mighty shit. But the Lord is about to kill all that noise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep that energy. Keep that energy, man.
And it proves his life is the stage, and the stage is set. Like you got a screenplay, you get through filming, you go check it out, see what's up. So now the actors are going to perform it, but the director go pull up to the scene, right? Check this out. This is Jeremiah 30:24. The fierce anger of the Lord. That title alone right there tells you that you don't know the attributes of Yahweh Bashar, man. You don't know that his purpose or his tense, his mindset. The world taught you people to love that God is all love. He's coming back with fierce anger at the end of the day. Said the fierce anger of the Lord should not return until he have done it and until he have performed. Now the word perform in Hebrew is quam. Quam means to rise, right? So he's going to rise up on the scene. Let me get this real quick. The word perform. We got the definition. Hey, check this out. Real quick. I was going over this. The brother was going into it. So it's H6965. Quam means to rise in Hebrew, right? It says to arise, come on the scene. So when Yahweh sent his only begotten son, Yahweh shot the angels back to arise on this scene, that's when your pride go melt. Right? I'll read that.
All right. When you go into just Google definition and just say, well, what does it mean to come
On the
on the scene? It says it means someone or something appears, becomes involved, and starts to be noticed in a particular situation, activity, or place, often becoming significant or taking center stage, like a new trend.
And then you said it was close to the club. I jumped on the scene.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hey, so the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, so y'all forgot. Y'all just went back to sleep. Just forgot. You to put up on the scene, man.
Right.
On the world so-called Jesus Christ, and he's so-called looking white. He gonna put up on the scene, and you gonna see the real one.
Right.
Then it says, go ahead, you got something?
I'll read the rest of it. It implies a fresh presence, something with impact, like a new artist bursting onto the music scene, or
That's the thing, spirit, bro.
Right. Man,
says, or a new solution appearing to solve a problem.
man, damn.
Who's singing a new song?
Yeah.
His name is being afresh again.
Yep.
You can't remix this. He putting up on the scene to show up and show out, man.
Man. Hey, I'm sorry. That solution to the problem. All right, the solution to the problem is what? Rooting out Esau out the world. Right? Like the physician comes to cut off a lung disease. You know.
That's why the Lord say, wait ye until I rise up to the point.
Right.
When he rise up, it's gonna be good.
Even at the end of the show, what happens at the very end of it? At the very end of yes, hey, that's studio. At the very end of the show, what happens is that the crowd will arise. They clap.
Yeah.
At the
Everybody.
very end of it, when it's all done.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know, when the performance is done.
Damn.
He said the definition said, "Come on the scene." Right?
Yeah, come on.
What they read?
It says, to come upon the scene means someone or something appears, becomes involved, to start to be noticed in a particular situation.
That's 2 Esdras 13. 2 Esdras 13:2. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that moved all the ways thereof, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. That's how shot putting up on the scene, man. Right. You see, in the midst of all this thing, that's the main character. The main that's the main character coming on the scene, bro, in the midst of World War III, man. Right. You see? And then what can you read that definition one more time? It said it's gonna get everybody like attention or whatever.
Yeah. It says it appears to become involved and start to be noticed in a particular situation, activity, or place, often becoming significant or taking center stage.
Right. That's like I said, the Yahushua is gonna crack the clouds and take center stage.
Everybody.
And this
Go.
that war is gonna stop.
Yeah.
Like just like that. What's that president?
Reagan.
Reagan. Yeah, it was Reagan, right?
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan. Yeah, saying
Reagan. Yeah,
if an outside entity come, we all put out there. Well, that's gonna happen, man. You see, and once once he cracked out that whole war, it even says that in 2 Esdras. Yeah. When you 2 Esdras 13, forget it, say they gonna stop their war amongst each other and what?
Fight.
Point their attention to the Lord, man.
Yep.
You know.
But it says, the fierce, Jeremiah 30:24, the fierce anger of the Lord should not return until he have done it, until he have performed, come on the scene, right? The intents of his heart, meaning the heart, meaning his mind, and intents goes to, he said, his intent, meaning his purpose.
Right.
So his purpose is to come back to uproot wickedness like it did in Genesis when he flooded the goddamn earth with Noah and saved Noah and his family. That was his purpose then. His purpose now is to send fire on this place, man.
There you go.
So it says, the fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed, come on the scene, the intents, his purpose of his heart, his mind in the latter days. We're in the latter days. Just look at it. Just look how the people living. You know?
Yeah. That's Jake.
That's
Jake.
Come on, man. That's okay, bro.
Bro,
Okay.
man, I never heard that the definition, bro. Man, that's bro.
It's Jake all
Come on the scene. Wow,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Pull up on the scene.
Randy here. Yeah.
Hey,
Jake like how his cars
Hey,
clean.
yeah.
Pull up on the scene.
Yeah, I'm first pull up.
Right.
Yeah. Like, when somebody pull up on the block and they they have a new system they boom it to.
Right.
Remember the scripture says when he comes on the scene, it's gonna be a loud.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna hear it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro.
Come on, like I pull up, man.
Wow.
In the later days.
Was him too.
Man.
Oh, boy, every detail
I
about
could be like,
it said, in the latter days, and ye shall consider it. And the word consider, you go because when he pull up on with that chariot, you definitely go see it. You go consider like, damn, those guys we call whatever they got on miniskirts or dresses and all that. You go in that day, you gonna know that a prophet had been among you in that day, man. Because you're not considering it now, you gonna consider it then for sure. Yeah, that was it. I can't find it.
All eyes gonna see him.
I got the hell, yo.
Oh God.
Revelation 1:7 says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Those clouds is what? Those are chariots. All eyes are gonna see him. So, like I say, if you look up, you're gonna see it. They try to show do those or scenes like movies Independence Day and things like that, where they have all the different chariots around the earth. See, that's how the Lord is gonna do. They try to make it seem like the aliens, they're aliens and they look like these green men and all that. No, that's the Lord. That's really like a mockery of the Lord, of the chariot.
Right. Well, in the book of Revelation, it said that pretty much they will blaspheme his tabernacle. They will blaspheme his name, his tabernacle in the heavens, and they will blaspheme the angels.
Yeah.
You know, so when they like you said, when they make the little movies about Martians, and, the braids, these big ass heads, long ass fingers, black ass eyes. That's Esau making a mockery of that, man.
Yeah.
And the Lord he ain't forgot about that. You know,
If I can add, it's the spirit because one of the brothers, I can't remember exactly which one it was, posted like a day or two ago, like this week, that clip where that scientist that had that high NASA rank or whatever, and he said that he saw the angels, that they were black.
Oh yeah.
He's talking to
Interviewing. I can't think of his name, but him, and then there was another one where those the militarized type. That landed, and all of them got out and surrounded the ship, and all of them was tall, had the weight right, like they ain't never been conquered.
Never been conquered.
Right, bro. So Esau tripping, bro.
Right.
They said they had technology. They said when they pulled up, they had technology. They was like, man, these people have never been taken down.
Right.
Like, these people have never been conquered.
Right. They go there.
bro, you don't even realize that that's us.
Right.
Took the next.
Man,
We already, like the Apostle Brown said, we already know explaining that.
plan it out, right?
Yep. Wow.
Coming down. That yeah,
Yeah.
down, bro.
Damn.
That's not the rehearsal. That's the actual scene of
Right.
That's why it says that they were so afraid that he yet thirsty. Bro, Esau gonna be shitting of some material.
Man.
But the Lord is going to have to put a spirit in him to fight.
Right.
Because they're not gonna want to at first. They're gonna be looking up, they're gonna be afraid.
Yeah.
You know?
Talking to one another.
Like, you know what, man, we're gonna fight for our country, we're gonna fight for our country, we're gonna fight for our world. You know, and the Lord gonna put that spirit in them, they gonna blow their ass away, man.
Right.
It's gonna be a flawless, bro. The Lord gonna have a flawless victory on their ass, man. It's gonna be a destruction. That's gonna be like, wow. It's gonna be televised too.
Yep.
You know, the revolution will be televised.
Yeah.
You know? I'll finish this up real quick. Revelation 1:7 says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him.
Yep.
And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
Right. If I can say, and they're gonna the Lord Yahweh Shai is gonna see the one that pierced them.
Yep.
So the ancient Romans that did that, they're gonna be on the scene. They're gonna be here today. There's nothing new under the sun. And also, hey, we have Jake out there, even maybe some of us that have went through in the ancient times. Some of these different heathens or hungers, you know, are probably basically did things to us and put us to death for basically for the Lord, you know, for us basically not backing down. We're gonna have their remembrance. We're gonna remember these things. Yahweh Shai is gonna come back for the ones that pierced him. All right, because this is what Rome 2.0. So all these ones that were back in the same spirits are here today, just like we are in the past. We're here today. It's nothing new under the sun. All right. So we're gonna have that same vengeance upon our hearts when the Lord returns. But like I said, vengeance is His. But once we get those new bodies, Lord put that mindset upon us. Have no remorse. Like, oh, we shouldn't do this like we do now. It's gonna be a whole change of mindset. All right. That's why they said we come in the spirit of Yahweh Shai Shai. Have the same vengeance upon our heart.
No.
Say 13.
Yeah, got some. All right, cool. So, all right, this Psalms chapter 9 and verse 9. I started 19. It's about Psalms 9 and 19 in the NLT. It says, "Arise, O Yahweh Shai Shai. Don't let mere mortals defy you. Judge the nations. Make them tremble and fear, O Lord. Let the nations know that they are merely human." That's what the Lord is going to do when He pull up, man. Right now, Esau is boasting himself to be a god, man. You see, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, you know what I'm saying? You know, Isaiah 47, all these precepts that go into how Esau, that proud spirit, Obadiah, and proud spirit that's in this devil, man, and him thinking that he'll die because he has this power, the blessing of the sword. But the Lord is going to show your ass, nigga, what real power is, man. This physical, the like mere human weapons can't do nothing to a spiritual weapon. You see spiritual powers, man. See? Right, but sorry. No.
Man,
But even the weaponry that Esau has, man, in the way it was given to him. The sword that Esau has, it was just given to him. So, what makes you think that's the pride? For him to think that his weaponry that was given to him as a blessing, he's gonna be able to take down the one that gave it to him.
right.
He's like, nigga, I gave you power. I can take it away from you, man.
Right.
You know?
The pride. It was his pride of the heart that deceived thee, out of dwelling in the cleft of the rock. He saw like that pride, he that pumped the spirit, like I said, that wickedness had mounted up into the heaven. The Lord see it. I had one to tell you. This is Amos 9, verse 8. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth, saying that I would not utterly destroy the house of Jacob," said the Lord. And this is a sinful kingdom. All right. It is adverse to righteousness. It is adverse to Yahweh Shai. And that's like when you go into Revelations 11, where it says, "While Lord also was crucified," well, he's been X'd out of the place. Basically, the ways of the Lord is not basically uplifted here in Babylon the Great.
Right.
It's not uplifted in Esau's rulership. He's constantly trying to bring forth wickedness, and he's constantly looking to what? Bring his philosophies and ways. And that's why death has became such a big, it has risen such in a substantial amount. Because when sin comes, what comes after it? Death. All right? And this is a harbinger of sin. Look at Revelation 6. All right? And now we're seeing, like it says in 2 Thessalonians, the man of sin is being revealed. And he's being revealed by what? By what? By his ways, his laws, and things. So you got to look and be like, well, who's causing all this? When you look and see who your leaders, who your rulers are, you see a pale face. All right? And they're looking to do what? Do what they can to bring it out, like to bring up the Georgia Guidestone. They're looking to bring forth death to bring 8 billion people back down to 700 to 500 million. The Lord's eyes is looking upon that, seeing what he's doing.
At the end of the day, that's the Lord, man.
That's right.
You know, when you read in Isaiah the 24th chapter, verse 1, it says that the Lord is going to empty the earth, man. You know? The Lord ain't playing with these people. These people out here playing, but the Lord ain't playing, man.
Yeah, that's you right. Esau trying to delete all the numbers, but the Lord, the only one that can do something like that.
It's got to be. He will let it. Will let.
He been trying since we came over here. Yeah, we still kick.
Yep.
GMO, fast food. He like chemtrails. He like savvy nigga still here.
Everything that he put in place really hurt his own population.
Yep.
He saw he was not producing.
Oh, done. No kid, no
They
nothing.
produce. You know, a lot of a lot of like the Apostle Tahar said, a lot of the men, or majority of the men are happy people. They with the shit.
Man, they trying to stop. He's trying to stop everybody else from producing too. That's why he put particular shit in water and food to try to stop that. Why? Because he also wants control of life, man.
Right.
He wants to control how you interact with the earth. He wants to control how life comes on the earth. This is the nigga with that we dealing with. I'll go back to the God couple. Everybody said, like the elder said, this nigga talking about dropping the population down from 9 billion down to 500 million. That's something the Lord can do. During the time of Noah, that shows that God comes, man. That's a godly act to do something like that. To commit death to that magnitude. You know what I'm saying?
That would be like the Most High. I know the other you always mention like way I promote this low ways of being like a low mentality. That is actually to help control the population for him to step in and control.
Right.
Well, there's this term called pederasty, which the elite class of the Greeks, the men would deal with the teenage boy, and that would help control the population. Now you see that being promoted here.
Yeah.
1 Corinthians 6 and 10. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? It says, be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate.
Right, effeminate. You look at that word effeminate means a catite. Which a catite is basically a boy prostitute. You know what I'm saying? That's why they push it on these children, the mode lifestyle so much.
Yeah.
You know, my wife, you know what I'm saying, had got this book. She not to read some books to the children. She got to be careful because she grab a book not unknowing and it'll be by some motion. You know? And they promote it to kids. That's all. When I say children, I mean toddlers, toddler age. Right. So it started at a young age to indoctrinate these children. Yeah. And they're doing it for in the city's reason. Reason why is because they want to control the population.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Wicked.
And also promote transhumanism. If they're able to get the population to a certain point, they're able to say, okay, well, you want to procreate, right? We'll make the gene for you. We'll make the sex for you. Oh, you got a son that you want to adopt. We got the technology for it. Don't worry. And to the point where we need an expert of girls for this shit. Oh, well, we got the technology to make a boy into a girl if need so. They want to plan out everything.
That's playing the Most High.
Man.
Manipulate DNA. Your genetic makeup is specific to you. You know what I'm saying? Every single last one of us, man, our fingerprints is different. That's like your fingerprints is unique to you. You know, so what Esau's trying to do, he's trying to manipulate your D to the N, right? You gotta talk like that.
I know, right?
You know? But that word effeminate, it's malachas. It says soft to the touch, metaphorically in a bad sense, effeminate. It says of a catamite.
That's a cat.
Of a boy kept for most sexual relations with a man.
Yep.
See, that's just backing up the elders. Man, that's why you have a lot of these high level of sex, and, you know, these nasty people. I just put it like that. So these videos don't get flagged that get off with that get off with little children.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much common knowledge there with the Epstein. People like to point at P Diddy, say P Diddy is so vile and nasty. Meaning is a small inkling of what's going on
Right.
in the elite. There's a reason why he only got 5 years. They're probably gonna serve 2 times served. It's because that's common in that sphere, right? And most and more horrific things are happening in that area. Man. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, certain people, kids getting unalive and certain strange rights. Yeah, it's not that's common knowledge, bro. I mean, it's common.
Right.
Okay, and there's nothing far fetched. And that's something that we've seen throughout history, right? That happens, you know what I'm saying, when the wicked are ruled. Hey, grab that right there, bro. That word pederasty.
All right, this is the AI overview. It's that word pederasty. Rastasy. I think I said that right. It says in ancient Greek, pederasty was a social acknowledged institution involving a romantic, educational, and often sexual relationship between an adult male citizen and an adolescent boy.
That's right. That's what you see going on now. It's romance here.
Right. Yeah.
Damn.
It shows that you're dope for a certain reason. You know, you look on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, and some gay shit will pop up, bro. You get offended almost like, no,
Yeah.
I'm
Billboards, certain movies you watching, the TV series, like
Yep.
come out the boy, like damn.
Feels like I remember one time, it's like a couple years ago, where I was watching American Horror Story. You know, I'm getting into it. You know, it's good. You know, each season is different. You know what I'm saying? So you know, into watching it.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden there was one where that was in this goddamn crazy house, some weird ass hotel, some shit.
Yeah.
The scene where the goddamn ghost was popping and doing, I'm like, I stopped. Bro.
Yep.
I'm not sure you talking.
I was like, bro, it's just, I'm talking about just
Man.
completely left field, just threw me off. I'm talking about do that shit in there. I'm like, bro, make it, and I didn't want to continue watching shit.
Right.
Yeah. You go some years back, we go see that Marlon Wayans movie, Haunted House.
Right.
Man, that shit was ridiculous, man. That was a ritual.
Right.
I was in the theater, like I was trying to laugh. I'm like, oh, this shit gay than the beach. I think I'm you know, like, you know, I don't know about the truth. I was like, man, this shit was whack.
Said the ritual going on that.
Ritual, dog.
Yeah.
Don't even watch that.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Yeah, too far.
It's too far.
It makes you sick. It make me like, you don't want to even watch these new movies that come out, man. The comedy today is all like the
All of
comedy now. So I can't even watch it. I'll watch some old shit, some shit back in the 90s or something like that, man.
Yeah.
It was actually funny. You know what I'm saying? Clever.
It's not clever anymore. It's just simple.
Right.
Hey, man, even that movie, Maxine Dreams, man.
The bodybuilder.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, it's a good. I was into it. I'm like, this brother's acting. This brother then. What?
Bro, like, man.
What?
Like,
What?
really ain't seen it, shit. Man. I remember you talking about that a couple some months ago. You was like, it was a good ass movie. This like, make you not even watch it.
What happened?
Like,
Yeah, bro.
Putting different ways to boy.
Man.
Whole
I remember I watched 28 years later, man. Good, decently good. All of a sudden, Lance Rogers out. I'm like, bro, in the movie though, I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
On the movie or like in the movie theater?
No, like in the movie.
Oh, on the movie.
In the movie.
Yeah, I he thought man, shit. It's dropping
like,
you know,
yeah, that's
shit.
fucking be a fucking
Zombie, yeah.
zombie and nigga ride out. I'm like, bro, like,
Yeah, that's big.
come on, man.
Damn.
Something.
Did that shit in what's that movie? This Is It? Is it called This Is It?
Yeah.
They had Satan and it had it ride. Man, I'm like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's he's on six. It's here.
Right.
He saw us a natural born faggot. Excuse my language. But go ahead,
Time it says in ancient Greece, pederasty was a social acknowledged institution involving a romantic, educational, and often sexual relationship between an adult citizen and an adolescent boy outside of his immediate family.
Right. So this nigga have relations with another with a teenage boy.
Right.
Basically what you see Peter Diddy had with Lil Rod, you watch that documentary.
I want to watch it.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, Usher,
Yeah,
Usher.
yeah, man.
What do you say? Him and Usher talking about, yeah, we used to play together.
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes,
The cat
and all that.
Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, Usher had he was looking like, yeah, he was like, damn. And he was kids. See, that's what they do. They like he had Usher when he was a child, a kid.
Right. Yep.
And then we talk about what's the white boy Justin Bieber.
Right, yeah.
He came, you know, Diddy had it, but he came under Usher too.
Right.
So it just trickled down. They just
Yeah.
constantly continue.
I touched up there.
Man. No, make it work. Oh, you make it. Now, I'm going to take it on to right into what y'all talking about. Continuing on, it says it was viewed as a common practice and an important part of aristocratic education,
Right.
a rite of passage into manhood in many city states.
That's right. So,
Right.
so people say, hey, you know, in order for you to get to that elite status, you got to do something strange with a piece of change. Well, that's historical, right? That's something that was happening in the aristocratic arena in ancient Greece.
Right.
Greece.
It makes sense now, like all these officials and shit. Why they answer that shit?
Yep.
It's a part of that. It's a part of that. They
Part of that culture.
Right. Bro, He's football coach like Joe Paterno. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know, you go to these hot, you know, these exec like Quincy Jones, all these different guys, man.
Yep.
You know, I seen the brother Yuan put up a YouTube short. You know, and it was going in on pretty much how, you know, which we already know, but even in like in Hollywood, the music or the movie field, it's like a better word to say that. You know, what's the paraphrase? The movie industry. Yeah, the movie industry. Wow. You know, pretty much how Eddie Griffin, you know, it was what's the guy's name? I can't think of his name. Don't come back to me. He was mentioning black dude, what's his name?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was talking about he's about Eddie Griffin, you know what I'm saying? How he pretty much after you get to a particular level, and you gotta do some things, man. If you want to get to that high level of fame, like look at Will Smith's very first movie.
Right.
Yeah. What 60 Will Smith's very first movie. And after that he blew up. After that very first movie, he blew up and he's blown up ever since. And his very first movie, I'm talking about, he was all the way there. His first movie, man. You know, all these high level, you know, they go, oh man, Denzel Washington, you know, he talk about so-called God and, you know, man, them niggas nasty, man.
You know, he said he was talking about the nigga scene in Gladiator 2. She was kissing the man. He was proud about it. Yeah, I kissed the man. Let's get it out.
Yeah, even after where he so-called got baptized.
Right.
After that movie. Well, you know what I'm saying? But man, these guys, man, these guys are gatekeepers, man. Like all these guys that be in the top positions, you know, Jermaine Dupri, Birdman,
Oh, that Birdman. Oh, that boy.
you know,
He's a
these
flame.
movie producers, man, man, you gotta. There was a story that said Eddie Griffin walked in. He said, "Hey, you want to make some more? You want to make some more money? You want to get to that next level?" Zach just opened his leg, shit just out. You know, and then that's when he stopped singing.
Right. Eddie Griffin, he stopped.
And you don't see Eddie Griffin no more like that.
Hey,
Well, he got a little YouTube channel.
Mike Epps.
And then
The same thing. It's like, man, you know,
no, he still was
I
trying.
realize you can tell when it's so this far.
He doing some movies. That's damn.
That you know you ain't really for certain things you just ain't gonna do. And he was on his way. He was in movies and stuff like that. Then it just abruptly stopped.
Yeah.
Right. Friday after next. Man, it just started. It was
Just like that. Full compass. You got somebody like you got somebody like Kevin Gates. I mean Kevin Hart. He play the same nigga to every single movie. The fumbling, bumbling idiot.
Right.
Got flipped the soft around.
Got him Kevin kissing rock.
Right. Shaq bending him over. Remember over the tall like that.
Oh yeah.
Shaq bend this nigga over. Man, like he pop.
Yeah.
You know, like man,
I got put that dress on and SNL. That was it.
that was it.
Mhm.
And he said he had to do that.
And he
He
did.
simply said, I never played it. Yeah. That's why we wonder, like, when you have these people that be one hit, one down, real big hit in music, and all of a sudden they just disappear. You wonder, like, man, they didn't bring out no new music. A lot of them got to that point, and they were like, hell no, and they out.
So I'll just say you go in the office, niggas drop their trousers. Like, get my last check, man. I'm done.
Hey, look at this guy, my man D'Angelo, man.
Oh man.
It's like he got to the point. He's like, man, I'm gone. I can't.
Well, think about it.
He left.
Ain't got it there.
He left like 13 years.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about dropped a badass album. Did 13, did left 13 years. Hey, good doing the most. Now, great. Hey, good doing the most. He's talented, brother.
Talent.
Played piano, played keys, guitar. Man, you go watch him on YouTube. Man, it's gonna be on piano. You get up. Yeah. Hey, you got a code.
Yeah.
Play the drums too. Play the drums too. Yeah. Play the drums. You know what I'm saying? Produce a boys choir, but it was talented, man. But you get to a certain point, you might do something strange for a piece of change.
Right. Yeah. He
You know
sort of
what I'm
took the arts and just made it wicked, man.
Yep.
Fucked up the frequencies. You can't even, the low frequencies got Jake bugging out. I got one real quick. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9 in the NLT. History merely repeats itself. It has all been done before. Nothing under the sun is truly new. You had theater and back, it wasn't theater, what we call theater, but back, nothing new under the sun, man.
All right.
Nothing new. Everything you see now already happened before. So they say history merely repeats itself, man.
Right.
You know?
Well, like how we talking about Hollywood and things like that. This is Romans 1 and 25. It says, "Who changed the truth of Yahweh Shemiah Shai into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause, because of the cause of what? The changes of not, changing the truth into what? A lie. When Yahweh Shemiah Shai set certain things up to be done a certain way, Esau came and said, we're going to do it this way. As I mentioned earlier, like the adverse thing of righteousness. It's not no gray areas when it comes to Yahweh Shemiah Shai. It says, verse 26, for this cause, Yahweh Shemiah Shai gave them up unto vile affection. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Right. See that more than ever. You know what I'm saying? Especially in our way, right? These so-called, especially the head tribe, like the so-called black people, they're heavy into lesbianism. Heavy into it. You know what I'm saying? It's really a rebellion against order. And it shows the hatred against men.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's very foul affection, but who did they get that from? They got that from Esau.
Right. And when you said that, when you look at it in the 80s and 90s, early 2000s, it was. You understand when you have like a woman in like the lesbianism, a lot of times you think it's like Edomite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back in the day, people used to play strictly deacon.
Yep.
I'm dealing with men. Like, they took pride in that.
Mm-hmm.
But the rappers came around and made it cool. What girl got a girlfriend and all that. They put fucking spells on these people.
Right.
It's pride.
I would say they thought back there, strictly Dicky, Dicky. Down the motherfucker, strictly licky.
Yep. Do it all. Anything and everything. Bro.
Carpet and shit.
Yeah.
Romans 1 and 27, and likewise also the men leaving the natural use of a woman, burned in their lust one towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves a recompense of their error, which was met.
That's why sexual transmitted diseases are so rampant, because of freakism. That nasty vibration that's out here, bro. Women are doing women, man doing men, they're doing each other. What does that cause? That causes all types of diseases. It really is a judgment to it from Yahweh by Shemiah Shai.
So Rock chapter 11, verse 31 in the GNT.
It says he will make good appear evil and find fault with the most noblest actions.
That's right. So that's how what Esau Edom does. Esau Edom has demonized his traditional family. Right? The whole man and woman together and have children. He dismantled them with his media, his songs, with his movies. Right? The woman is always depicted as unappreciated. The man is a workaholic, or the man is a abuser, or he's just a complete idiot. Yeah, it's dumbass. And the longest shows that last are really depict men as complete morons. Family Guy.
Oh, man.
And who's the backbone of the family? The mom. She just keeping everything together. But she's a stay-at-home mom, but somehow, some way, they got a house.
Right.
You know, a man is undermined here. A man is seen as basically a check here. A man is basically, you know what I'm saying, basically, you know, objectified, man. Right?
Right? They're at 13.
Bad and blow. Go ahead.
Because they're at 13. We get verse 5. Now bring us to the GNT, by the way. Some sort of verse 10. A rich person will use you as long as he can profit from it. But when you need him, he will leave you helpless. Yeah, this is going just back, just segue, back into the same thing we were speaking about, pretty much how Esau will use you, man. You know, if you're to his benefit, whereas he can make money off of you, he'll use you as long as he can. Until you dry. Right? It says he will live with you as long as you have everything. He will live with you as long as you have anything and will gladly drain you dry. If he needs you, he will trick you with his smiles and cheerful, kindly words.
That's right. That's right.
Do you need anything?
That's what Esau Edom did with the civil rights movement.
Yep.
Esau Edom, you know what I'm saying, basically endorsed the civil rights movement so he could push his wickedness.
Yep.
He equated the plight of your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans with Moism. And so now when people think about, you know what I'm saying, the whole conscious beauty of being woke, they think about Moism. Because he connected your plight with these nasty people, the alphabet people.
Right. Yep. They call it Pan-Africanism.
Right.
All that bullshit, man. Which all that goes back to idols, man. Sexual magic. That's all that is, man.
Yeah. Hey, Bishop Salvatore
says, do you need anything? He will ask. He will feed you until you are embarrassed. Finally, when he has strained you 2 or 3 times over, he will laugh at you. If you see him later, he will pretend he doesn't know you and will pass by you.
And that's what Esau Edom has done basically to Jay.
Right.
Tiffany the Judah. Look what Esau has done to our women. He said, it's all liberate, girl, it's all about liberate. You don't need no man. Right? Wait, sexual liberation, do your thing. Live your life. You can do it too, man. Do it all the time.
Girls going wild.
Girls going wild. Now you look up and the poster child for basically a word for queen is who? It's Judah.
Black queen.
Yo, a laughing stock. Made you a complete laughing stock.
Queen literally means a sputter horse, man.
Right.
I'm a queen. Okay, Eddie, you are.
You right.
You're a queen, all right.
Made Jake a complete laughing stock of society.
It's funny that they call it women's liberation, and it says get out of wicked women liberty to gad abroad.
Right.
Have freedom.
Right.
Have freedom to gad abroad, man. It's best for your ass to stay your ass in the house, man.
Yep.
Yep.
And then it's fucked up because a lot of these women they get that realization that they should have just married early a little too late.
Yep. Right.
They taught to play the field by their mom and dad, by their mother, and they looked the hell up. And shit, man, they done burned all them years fucking off.
Mm-hmm.
Now they through.
Now they want to pop the balloon.
Yeah,
That's
I ain't like this dude.
yeah. I just didn't like the fact that he can't do it. Bitch, shut up.
Can't even prepare for us,
she
right?
making
you know?
years.
Right.
The fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your ass making 35 years.
But you got expectations.
You had all them you had them you didn't have them expectations after 60 niggas hit. But now you don't got older, you got expectations.
Right.
You base all your expectations off of the failures that you have in the past.
Right.
So you got a checklist of things that you looking for, not looking for, based off of the failures of your past.
Right.
And experience matters, man. Fuck nobody say. Especially relationship. Experience matters. Very hard for a woman to really love somebody she done been with 60, 70 niggas.
Right.
You confused at that point, man.
Right, yeah.
It's like that one demon. The one girl, what's her name? Blue Bunny or some shit. Bunny, something. She fucked 1,000 guys or something, 100 guys in one day. Hey, shit like that.
Yeah.
Now she was in another country, Ecuador, somewhere like that. Cats were running train on her or something. Now they might give her 15 years in prison. It's not Ecuador, it's another country.
I knew something about I think she what happened with her is she was at spring break.
Oh,
Smash her young boy, like see like this underage, like you go to jail.
it's crazy, bro. That's what this devil promotes. These women out here doing that shit. 1,000 guys, bro.
It's really her ass need to be publicly known, man.
Everybody-
Her ass need to be out there in public execution.
Right. And all the niggas who did that shit, like them some niggas stuff. Why you should go be in line this
Yeah.
Hey, look, you got the ticket. Hey, where you at, bro?
13. I'm 357.
Yeah, niggas in line.
Notification on your phone.
Niggas in line is hard.
Everybody. That lets you know being in line.
Niggas in line over here.
great dog.
Geeking off for shit. Wait, trying to, like,
Oh,
man,
that's
this place is wicked, bro.
International situation.
And these dudes are doing it. That's
Yeah.
You in
They
line.
gotta go. These motherfuckers gotta go.
They say your future wife see you in line trying to get this chick. You trying to go out to date a motherfucker. But I saw you in line trying to get that. What?
Trying to smack. You know what I'm saying? Over here in line, whacking off. Saying it like, I gotta say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this just nasty, bro.
you number 700.
Yeah. What you gonna do with that dog shit?
Man, I got man, you know?
Nigga, I got some candy. Shit,
Yeah.
nigga. Shit.
Hit it from the back. Like, man, these niggas,
Then you go ahead and one day. I'm just gonna get a love.
Right.
Right. She did do a lot. I'm 564. She gonna be tired.
Rubbing on her hair.
And she got a husband.
Right.
70, you all right?
She got a husband though.
Yeah, so-
Crazy shit, bro. Yeah.
Oh, man. Hell.
Yep.
Since that.
He's short, man. Blame him, man. Yeah, exactly.
What's
Yep.
that other nigga name? Adam 22. That nigga needs to be
Yeah.
in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Him and his wife.
Al's friend.
Yeah.
Right.
Shit, in the middle of the city?
Yes.
That was our man.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Al's
are cool. Him and Al's are cool.
Yeah, he over here telling Esau he can say the N word.
Yeah, I get it.
He needs a pass. He needs to be able to say it.
Oh, man.
Shit's whack.
That's crazy.
Only in the West.
It's all terrible.
Anybody got something? Say that Wisdom Solomon?
Yeah, just one chapter.
About Odious?
Yeah, what's Odious?
Okay. It's Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, in verse start me top.
Okay.
Top. It says, "For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things, therefore chastenest thou them by little and little that offended, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance for which they have offended, and leaving their wickedness."
That's right. This is talking about the Canaanites. Because the Canaanites went in strange race also. Esau Edom has taken on these strange rights of basically the Canaanites.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Verse 3, it says, "For it was thy will to destroy by the hand of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices.
That's right. Odious. Can we look that word up? I believe it's like something that's very wicked, foul, right? What are they doing? But they were sacrificing. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order for you to sacrifice us more, like what would you do? You would take your child and you would basically burn it to receive money, finance, financial gain. This is what Edom proposed here.
Right.
And get an A, man. Just get a big A. You know, if you get pregnant, you know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta forge your career. Why should you cheat? Why should you have to take on that financial burden of a child? You gotta live your life too. So you have an A. A big A.
There's a children's book. I posted in the chat. There's a children's book that's out right now. That's promoting the police. The big A.
Right.
Children's book. Like a book for talents that you can buy. You
Right.
know?
Ooh, it's leaders, man.
That's right. So it's nothing but a sophisticated right. You know what I'm saying? Modern day, basically ritual. Right. And you had Sukihana getting there. That was a ritual. I like had his baby. So I twerking and watching that flag. That was Sukihana.
Yeah.
That was her.
Damn.
That was a ritual, bro. Yep. You got that word?
Yeah.
Yes.
Meaning of odious, just Google meaning of odious. It says extremely unpleasant, repulsive. And then you go to like the similitude of words. It says disgusting,
Right.
offensive,
Right.
pungent. Just going through the whole list of them.
Yep. That's these rituals. That's what you see. These sexual rituals. He's doing all types of nasty shit with these kids. Then unalive them. You got the damn political heads, political figures ordering so-called pizza for Pizzagate.
Right.
Doing all sorts of wickedness, man.
Bro, openly saying that shit on talk shows. Ellen DeGeneres, I forgot who the fuck she had on there. And they was talking about one of the other celebrities' pizza parties. Yeah, he thought it was the best pizza party.
Yeah.
They openly saying this shit.
Like all people going.
Yeah, right, man. Openly saying this shit in front of everyone, and these niggas don't even know what the fuck on.
Yeah.
Over.
Bro,
They're speaking to each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
those symbols that they got, little triangle, the sandwich curls. You know what I'm
And
saying?
people don't even think what grown motherfucker have a pizza party.
right.
Somebody got a brick up in the backyard. Somebody, yeah, they always inviting everybody to their pizza party. Come on, you know,
Right.
Yeah, when you look at these presidents, you always see them like on their campaigns. Why are they always at pizza shops? There's always a picture of them eating a slice of pizza.
Right.
Man,
Every single
real,
president.
real. Yep.
There's always a picture of every president eating pizza.
Damn, that's wild.
And with it.
Man,
When that camera cut off, they're going right downstairs.
right, basically. Little ass kids.
Right now.
That's sad, bro. Hey, it's a word of the Lord.
Wow.
Sad though, bro.
Yeah, man, it's
Very sad.
It's all that we live for. That we're living. It's just real, man. Like, it's really.
Bro,
But if you try to have two wives, you just the worst person.
Right.
right,
Yeah.
right.
You just a womanizer. There's a motherfucking kid tied up right there. Fucked up, bro.
We got
Yep. Big back in the day, they used to, you know what I'm saying, showing my age, they used to really put on that part. So you drinking film, you look back like this person, this.
hell. You got national missing children.
Yep. Thousands of kids is missing. They don't know where they at.
right.
But you can find me behind a ticket that from 10 years ago.
Right. Got your picture and everything.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, that's you. Yeah. It's like, damn.
Right.
Shit, cause y'all gotta stop playing.
Some more than that.
yeah.
It says insufferable, also awful, yucky,
Yeah, just terrible. Yeah, that's vile,
Atrocious.
atrocious. And these are what we see going on, right? These kids missing. And nobody cares. Nobody gives a damn. It's a all they had to do is say it's a conspiracy theory, what we're talking about, and people are just undermining it.
Yep.
Right.
And then don't let us be. Then the fact that we so-called black. People really, we just mad black guys. Meanwhile, thousands of kids are missing.
Right.
And nobody has shit to say about it.
They'll make a parody.
Right.
They'll make a
It's a joke.
little short out, like a little parody and call it. That should be a fucking merch, national fucking merch. Oh, 100,000 kids missing.
Man, should be an uproar. There.
Niggas just getting homework. Bro, you get an Amber Alert on your phone. You trying your hardest to turn that motherfucker off.
Yeah,
Y'all don't care about that shit.
but you care, but it's like,
It's like, man, in the
what
middle of the night waking me up.
yeah, what can
And
you do?
turn that shit off.
Right, man.
Damn.
Shit happens a lot, but it seems like it every other day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's going off.
Right.
You know,
Sad,
a
bro.
lot, bro.
You on your phone a little bit disabled now, whereas you turn off all Amber.
Yep.
Dang, I'm trying to get to
Yeah, he saw him come up and say there's an emergency. We got 250 Christians in another country. We got to go save.
right. Because they get their head,
Right.
they get to the bottom. Yeah, so.
Right. The politicians and your pastors, these pastors out here are doing the most.
Right.
Guys like Eddie Long. How many Eddie Longs there out there?
Man, thousands.
Shit, the Catholic Church is the biggest
Eddie Long.
P ring out there, man.
Yeah.
Joe, Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe.
See, it was an image out there. I had it on my other phone that crashed, but and he had somebody which looked like was a black chick, and like you were saying, she looked like her hands were like tied up. He over it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, boy, that's him, bro. You know that image?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Wicked ass.
You know, his mind started going bad, so he knew when they would have fake kids taking pictures. He had these he just touched, just through the ear. They were like, we can't put the kids around no more.
So fine.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
His son,
Look at him.
his son, they
Crazy.
was the image with him, and it was a little bitty girl. Like this little young girl, like I'm talking about a little child, bro. Had her dressed in this little, you know what I'm saying? Basically some panties and dude, these people wicked as hell, man.
Joe Biden's daughter came out of Billboard basically going into how she should take showers with her dad. You already know. As a man, you ain't gonna forsake the fucking shower with your dad.
No, hey,
Child. Right. It's with your daughter, bro. That was your fucking daughter.
That's, I like little kids sitting on my lap. Like you said, the shit.
Yep.
I like kids, they used to rub the hairs on my legs, underwater, what the fuck?
weird ass.
Right. It was wild.
See, bro, his hair.
I like kids bounce. He literally said, I like little kids bouncing on my lap. Like, come on, like, what's going on?
Nobody calling it out.
Yeah, they'll just make an SNL skit about it and just keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Just laugh about it.
Oh,
I got anybody else.
This is literally what it is.
Going back, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, and I'm going to read verse 3 again. It says, for this was thy will to destroy by the hand of our fathers, both those who inhabited of the inhabitants of thy holy land,
Right.
whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft.
And we just got the definition of odious. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is talking about the Canaanites. You know what I'm saying? Which are Hamites, Hamitic people, the dirty stinking Africans. Well, some of the dirty Africans up there that are Hamitic. You can use this now for what's going on here in the whole land.
right.
Israel is a fucking safe haven for peace.
Right.
PDFs. Somebody, do atrocities to kids and then just run to Israel. Like, oh, going back to Israel.
Boy. Then send him right back over here to another parish, another church, to get all about it.
Yeah, man.
Crazy, boy.
Yep. Or he could be just a regular old citizen.
Yep.
But if he's a small head, he can just go over there. The law of return, I believe what it's called. You can just, if you your small head ancestry, just go over there.
He fucking he
Wanted to on the earth.
go
You
over there.
got
Yep.
no consequences.
But consequences coming though.
Coming. It says in wicked sacrifices. It says, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh and the feast of blood.
That's right. So you got these merciless murder of children. These children going missing. These strange rites going on, man. And it's just countless stories of people who are around these celebrities that is coming out.
Right.
They're into that type of shit, bro. Right? That's a like a high level. But in some shape or form that's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very high level. You know, and they show you a movie, you know, like that movie Helm that came out. You know what I'm saying? And they show you a small glimpse of what really be going down. Those feasts with blood. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get to the next level. You know, the AIDS, the deep one. I'll say that.
Shit, eyes wide shut.
Yep.
That's a good one. You see, you've seen it?
Shit. What's that? Dr. Sleep.
It's another.
They show you about the, you know, it's all that movie about the clone. Man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Monster Inc. is about that.
Yeah,
Monster
Monster
Inc.
Inc.
The whole basis of that movie was the fear of children and getting that AIDS from.
Right.
This was a cartoon for kids.
Right.
That's really realistic. That's realistic.
Yep.
Right.
Damn.
Esau say, "Oh, that's a CT,"
Right.
and that'll be because they'll fear they'll scare the child over there. You know, all that ape won't go. They'll indulge and actually take it in,
Right.
like literally. You know.
Yeah. That's what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
Going back, verse 6, it says, with their fruit, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls desolate of health.
That's right. So just these children out here, man. Which are perpetuated by who? Who's the number one pedophile? Esau, the son by white race.
Walk by.
All right, so you're gonna be taken down too, just like the ancient Canaanites.
Right.
Yeah, I had to say it.
Yeah, you gotta call him.
That's Joe B right there. Look at that. Just like that nigga. Through.
That's right. Hey, so that being said, pray to edify, we give all praises to
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Kakadash.
the boss, the apostle, elders everywhere. He salutations you out there to the truth, shalom.
Shalom.
Man, bro, I was fired.